In this short video, I'm going to show you how to take the table of expression from the cell line breast cancer data and create some visually compelling graphics that can help us visualize the bulk of the data that we have here. It's going to be useful to understand the difference between normalized and raw data as explained in Transcriptomics 3, but also just useful to learn how to create box plots in Microsoft Excel. I am using the Mac version of Microsoft Excel, so in your case, I am using the Mac version of Microsoft Excel, so in your case, you might find a little bit of a difference between the controls that I have and the controls that you have. Let's get started. Here I have my samples. I can call this sample ID, and or just call it ID. I can call this column ID. So here I have genes and samples for which I have expression of those genes already normalized. If I want to summarize this data, because I just have way too many things to look at, almost 7,000 genes, I can create what's called a box plot. So I'm going to select all of my columns just like this, go to insert, and here I have histograms or box and whisker. So I'm just going to select box and whisker. It's going to take some time because I am adding here 52 samples with over 7,000 rows, but it is still going to be possible. So here you can see all of my data, but it doesn't look that great, right? So if I look at all of this data, it looks kind of different. Everything is too close together, and it's still a little bit difficult to see what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I can select the Y or the X axis. I'm going to select the X axis. I'm going to select the X axis and click on Format, Format pane. Here I can change this to 0.1 or even 0.01. And now they're all much better spread out. I also want to highlight only specific things that stand out. For example, this one looks a little bit different from the rest. Now if I take this data, spread it out a little bit, I can go to chart design, change colors, make everything black and white, and then select the things that I would like to highlight. For example, this one seems to be different. Go over here and change the fill. For example, I'm going to use some custom colors, and then border. I'm going to select red. And now I have a fairly good looking chart. But what it's missing is it's not telling me what this is, so I can add a title. After I do this, I would like to add the names of the samples. So the way I can do this is go back to chart design, add chart element, legend, put it on the bottom here. And now I don't like this Calibri font, so I'm just going to select all of this and change this to Avenir Next. Now my chart looks pretty good. I'm also going to make this bold. And I think I've got a pretty good looking plot. Now what does this plot mean? Interquartile range shows me the majority of the bulk of the data, the minimum, the maximum, and outliers. I can also modify what each one of these does. So here you can see I can show inner points. It's going to be a lot of points, so maybe I don't want that. Show or not show outlier points. So if I don't show, this is why I chose this, right? It's different from everybody else. I can show mean marker and also show the mean line. And also here I have different quartile calculations. Okay, that's it for now.